Hi everyone, welcome to The Last Drop. I am Chris, thank you for joining me today. New intro, new year, new everything, new videos. Let's get stuck into them. Today is just a little comparison between Old Forester and Buffalo Trace. Now both of these are basically about £18 on Amazon at the moment. And for that money they are probably the biggest branded bourbons that you can get in the UK for a cheap price. You've heard me, if you've been watching my videos, you hear me banging on about Buffalo Trace quite a bit as one of my favourite bourbons. In the UK it comes in at 40%, but recently after a little, I think it was on a live with Johnny from Spirits People and Bourbon Paddy. Go and check both of those guys out. Bourbon Paddy mentioned Old Forester. Now I briefly seen Vin from No Nonsense Whiskey had the new Prohibition one. I think they got from the US, and yeah, apparently this one's really good. So I bought a bottle, and I've done nearly a bottle. And yeah, I thought I'd give it a comparison because they're both in the same bracket price wise. Which one should you get, maybe? But I don't, you're probably going to get both because I mean £18 for both each. I mean, that's a bargain, really, isn't it? Here we go. Old Forester Buffalo Trace is in my Jason Whiskey Wise class. Fallen Comrades. Right, now, first off, bottle wise, Buffalo Trace has a cork, whereas Old Forester's got a screw top. When it comes to bourbon, I'm not too fussed. I don't know if you are. If it keeps costs down, then I'm all for a screw top, as long as the juice stays really, really good. But yeah, Buffalo's got that nice pop. Lovely. Right, so I've got the mash bill for this as well, the Old Forester, and it's coming in at 72% corn, 18% rye, and then 10% barley. So there's actually quite a high rye content in this. Now, if you translate to the nose, I'm definitely getting that high rye content, so I'm getting a slight mintiness, and I do like a bit of mintiness going on. Not as much, as prominent as you would in a 100% rye or a very, very high rye whiskey. But there's definitely that spicy element to it. A lovely sugary caramelly sweetness. Maybe a hint of orange blossom, something like that, or orange note. Yeah, very nice. What should we do? Should we taste it, or should we? Let's nose the other one, shall we? Right. So, Buffalo Trace. We're going to stick with the nose. Now, mash bill on Buffalo Trace is a highly guarded secret, I believe. I've done a bit of research. I couldn't really find too much information on it, but if you know for certain what the mash bill is, please comment down below. I'd be very interested to find out. Because it's the same mash bill that goes into Benchmark, Buffalo Trace, and Eagle Rare. But they're all aged differently, so it's the same mash bill. I think they do 4 mash bills in the distillery, and yeah, mash bill 1 is this one, which goes into quite a lot of their product. What I have found out is that it's probably going to be around about 10% barley. That's pretty much standard across most bourbons. An average, I guess. And then it's definitely less than 10% rye. So if we take all that into account, it's probably going to be about 85% corn ish, and then yeah, 5-ish% rye. Again, don't obviously quote me on this. This is just the research I've done, and that's sort of where it's thereabouts, mash bill wise. So people say. So nose wise, very similar. It's bourbon after all. I don't get the variation as you would from a Lafroig to a Speyside. So from an ILA to a Speyside, you don't, or smoky to a sherry cask or something like that. There's not that variation in smell or flavour. They are different. There's maybe a touch more caramel in the Buffalo Trace. Maybe a cereally sweetness. It's maybe more of that, maybe more of the corn comes through, I think, which is good. But again, a very pleasant nose, maybe a touch of cinnamon at the end. Yeah, which is good. I like that one, and Buffalo Trace is one of my favourites. Let's get tasting. We'll go with the Old Forester. First round of the day as well, so bear with me. Yeah, sweet caramel. And spice, yeah. Ooh. So that rye spice comes through. Yeah, very peppery on the tongue, in the eyes. Yeah, good. Nice and oaky, and a lingering sort of spicy oak finish. Not overly long, not overly complex, to be honest. But yeah, nice. Well presented at 43%, I think. Good. Lovely taste. Lovely. Buffalo Trace. What else can be said about Buffalo Trace? So yeah, definitely, because this is presented at 40% here in the UK, definitely lighter, so it feels more watery compared to the Old Forester. There's maybe a certain a creaminess maybe to it more. Where you get that high corn, I think that normally develops sort of creaminess going on. So sort of more of like a vanilla-y custard maybe. So like the inside of a Portuguese tart. They're really nice, aren't they? Remember them? Or you know them? They're really good. But yeah, very much brown sugar. Yeah, cinnamon at the end actually as well. Again, which is nice. Bit of in the oak. Definitely not spicy. So definitely none of that high rye kick that you do get out of the Old Forester. Yeah, definitely much more of a spicy punch. I tell you what, that would probably be very good in an old fashioned with that high rye content. Yeah, a good old fashioned mixer, that one, I think. But both very good solid bourbons. Really do enjoy them. Buffalo Trace, I haven't had it for a while actually. So I haven't had a bottle. I've been doing other stuff, I've been drinking other things. Yeah. Yeah, definitely. I'd really like it to come to the UK at 43. I think it's at 43 over in the States. And I just wish they would do it here. Finish is nice and long as well, which is good. Solid. So yeah, which one's my favourite? I don't know. Which one's your favourite? Please comment down below. Which one's your favourite out of these two? I mean, they are both really good, and they're both very budget bourbons based. For me, they really do hit, the right spot, and definitely check both of them out. Old Forester, I mean, it's nearly all gone, that one. Got this one. Old Forester is definitely one that you should be looking at, I think. Buffalo Trace is much more well known here in the UK. Old Forester, I think, needs some love. It definitely needs some love. Yeah, first bottled bourbon as well. Yeah, I forgot about that. Old Forester, yeah, the company was the first recorded bottling of bourbon and then sold back in 1870, I believe. So, quite an interesting fact there. But yeah, give them both a try. They are well worth it for £18. If you like a bit of spice, Old Forester. If you like great classic bourbon, hit that Buffalo Trace. And with that, it's the last drop.